all lesbians hate men.
Honestly,
There's always a man in every lesbian relationship. Lesbians must like all other women. What's good, JT family? We're back again with another lit
banger. It's been a minute, guys, since we did a sit-down video. I'm so excited. It's been a
hot minute.
If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you know we're dropping more bangers.
Yep.
And without further ado, we are going to do a reacting to Lesbian Stereotypes video.
Yep.
Perfect.
So Tia's prepared for us some lesbian stereotypes, and we're gonna react to them. Are they real? Are they fake?
I would like to see it. These are our opinions, and we can kind of take, like, we can basically like look at ourselves within ourselves and see, like, does this really make sense for us?
If it's real or not.
I personally was a little bit shocked with some of these and how true they are, but let's get into it, okay? The first stereotype that we have is that all lesbians love sports.
No, definitely not true.
I fit that stereotype.
That they love okay, I think a lot of them love sports, and it's also true that, like, back in the day, a lot of lesbians would, like, meet doing sports. There would be, like, lesbian softball leagues and, like, lesbian soccer leagues, and you would know it was gay, but nobody else would know it was gay, and it was kind of like a secret way of meeting other gay people.
Yeah.
And they even kept doing that, like, around the time we came out. Like 10 years ago, that was even, like, kind of prevalent. It's less so prevalent now.
It wasn't even that. I think it's more just the questions asked saying that, like, lesbians.
But a lot of lesbians do love sports, but I'm gonna say not everybody. Like,
yeah, I think that's a stereotype though.
Yeah, it is. It's real. It's real.
I think it's a valid one. Lesbians dress like boys.
I mean, look at her.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding.
Since,
I mean, if we're being, like, politically correct, it's like anybody can dress whatever they want, and it's not necessarily manly or boyish.
But you know what I'm saying.
But, like, if we're talking about, like, do
masculine.
you shop in the men's section, like a lot of lesbians do. But I would say there's just as many queer women nowadays who don't, who are feminine. It's definitely a stereotype though that, like, there are a lot of butch and masculine lesbians who do wear, like, traditional men's clothes. So that's absolutely a stereotype that exists for a reason.
Hi. Yes.
And it's how people point them out.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how I get pointed out. That we were all tomboys growing up.
Honestly, I 100% agree with that. I literally hated anything feminine, would cry when my mom put me in dresses. I just hated girly things.
Yeah.
And I would only wear basketball shorts and t-shirts for, like, the longest time. I literally shopped in the boys section at Walmart, and, like, that's all I wanted.
Yeah. So. And then I was never femme, so there's that.
But there are some people that aren't.
Yeah. So, okay, here's an interesting one actually. Lesbians must like all other women. Okay, this was a big one for me because when I came out as a masculine lesbian, I had such a complex about this, and it still happens today. Like, even for example, if you guys haven't seen our previous vlog, which I will insert a picture of it here. Ding! It's kind of a it was like we went to this place called Go Place, which is like a spa. And even being in the women's change room, I feel like women were kind of like guarding themselves from me, and like
she must be looking at me just because she's a lesbian.
And my insecurities just run to my head of like, okay,
she thinks I'm going for her. She thinks I'm like oogling her or whatever. I think that straight women, they stereotype lesbians into thinking that they just love every single girl and are like about every single girl. But I think that, like, it's not an actual stereotype that lesbians like every girl. Like, no, we're the same as, like, any man or any woman.
A man doesn't like every woman?
Like, you don't like everybody that you see. I'm super picky, you're super picky. Like, we're not going around just, like, being like, at everybody all day long.
Apparently we became these desperate creatures.
Like, we're not desperate. Like, I'm sorry, we can have whoever we want. Like, leave us alone.
Weird. It's weird to me. Okay, the next one is kind of funny, actually. All lesbians hate men.
Honestly.
And I don't hate a man. I don't hate men, and I've never really understood this whole, like, lesbians hate men. I mean, do I think that men are problematic and annoying half of the time? Yes, but I think to say as far as I hate men and I hate all men, that's a lie, because a lot of my friends are men and they're really good humans.
Here's the thing though. I do think the reason I think that this stereotype exists and why there's some truth to it is because I think that, like, straight women, because they are, like, they want to be viewed well through the eyes of men, will, like, put up with their shit a lot more. They'll put up with like the BS that like men throw into the world.
Yeah.
And because lesbians don't really like need men, like we don't like have them really like in our lives as like a partner, we're not trying to like please them in that kind of way. So we actually don't care.
But why does that equal being hate though?
Because I think that like men are not comfortable or used to not being viewed as like this authoritative, like I'm above you. Like I feel like women, straight women specifically, act a really certain way around men, and I think lesbians just don't care. And I think that's the vibe that like makes men be like, oh, lesbians just hate men, when we're the only ones that will actually like come for them.
Okay, but you don't actually hate men.
I would say like I don't like a lot of them, but I don't like hate. I don't hate all men.
I think it's a stereotype, but I don't really know why.
I think that's why though, because I think that like women, like lesbians, are more like screw the patriarchy. We're just more willing to break down a lot of barriers that straight women won't break down, because men won't view them well because of it, because men want to stay in power and they're used to being like first class citizens and us being second class, and like a lot of women will fall for that because they want to make their man happy and they want to like have a happy life.
A lot of lesbians are feminists, and a lot of feminists kind of hate men, so maybe that's also a thing. Anyways, there's always a man in every lesbian relationship.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
Okay, we're fitting the stereotype again. But here's the thing though. Are you gonna consider me being the man of the relationship? I'm challenging people because of how I look.
Because like you're very like soft.
That's not okay, but I mean realistically I think that I am dominant in a lot of areas of our relationship, and I think you're submissive in a lot of areas, but I do think that there is a give and take. So it's like really annoying when people just automatically assume it, and not because they know us, but because they're looking at me and I'm dressed like a guy or like a masculine human. I think that to me is like the wrong way to come up with the conclusion.
And there isn't like it's not about like man versus woman. It's like just your personality. There's a lot of men out there that are super feminine that like want a girl who's, and there's so many women out there that are very controlling and like they dominate their relationship for sure, and their partner lets them and like likes it because they don't like there's a lot of passive men out in the world too. So it's more of a personality thing, and that's a stereotype that kind of like is a stereotype of men that's gotten like pushed onto the lesbian community for sure.
Yeah, it's that lesbians that lesbians don't shave. I don't know why that's a stereotype.
That's weird.
That's a weird stereotype.
I mean,
I don't know if I've ever heard that stereotype before.
The reason is because a lot of lesbians are feminists, and also like I think women just have more of like an appreciation for other women than like men do of women.
I said what I said.
Men have like a really weird like not all men, but a lot of men have like a distorted view of like what a woman should look like, and think that they're just like this prepubescent like Barbie like nude like thing like with no hair on their body ever. And I think women who love women also like really like appreciate women who are like empowered in their own body, and that just like accept themselves as they are. So I think like we find it kind of like hot to like push the agenda and like not like be like basic and not and like to be different and to like accept yourself in a way.
But do you think that that's actually a true stereotype, and do you think that we fit that stereotype?
I don't think we fit that stereotype at all, but I do think that like I think there are more lesbians who don't shave because they don't care.
I do see
because
that
women don't care about shaving and like body hair as much as men.
Yeah, and like I don't sometimes shave my legs.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, like you rarely do.
Yeah. Anyways, next. But let's not get it twisted. I shave everywhere else. Come on now. Okay, so
again, things they don't need to know.
Who cares?
I'm just playing.
Okay, and then the last one is lesbians love astrology. I mean, it is so true that
I hate it.
Painful.
It's true. It's painful. People will like not date somebody based on their sign, and like if you're even trying to be like friends with like people, they'll be like, oh, you're a Gemini. Like, oh, I don't fuck with Gemini. If you go on a first date, like there's two types. There's people who are like, I don't know what any of that is, and there's people that know their rising, their moon, their sun, their stars, whatever all of it is. And they know like all of their like time of Mercury in retrograde and Venus ruling Mars planet.
Do you know all that?
No, like I don't really know a lot of it. No, but I definitely think that like there is a thing that like there's definitely a community of lesbians that are like witchy tarot card reading.
No, I think it's literally every single lesbian. Every time you go out with a group of lesbians, you know that you're at a table of lesbians, because without a doubt, by the end of the night, at some point, everyone around the table has shared their sign, their rising, all that stuff, and it's hilarious to me. I think it's like actually so funny because you can definitely tell the difference between hanging out with straight people and hanging out with gay people at a table.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, I think that that's all we have. That is our lesbian stereotypes. Honestly, I feel like it's kind of interesting because I feel like looking at myself, I fit into a lot of those.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you fit into a lot of them?
No. Like there's a few that I do, but I also think that like, I think I'm the more like I definitely fit into straight world.
That's the thing, right?
And you don't.
Am
like,
I a walking stereotype?
Yeah, you kind of are. You're a 100-footer, as they would call it. 100-footer is a lesbian term or a gay term for like somebody that you can look at 100 feet away and know that they're gay. Like I can look at her across town and be like, that's a lesbian, a big one.
I just don't.
A big lesbian.
I just never thought that I fit into a lesbian stereotype like that because I just do my own thing. But I guess it's like,
But you still do by default.
I guess you do by default.
But you're not trying to do it to fit in. You just are like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. If you have more stereotypes you want us to react to that you thought we shouldn't have left out, leave them down below, and we will maybe do a part 2.
All right, guys.
That's
we'll
it.
see you guys in the next video. We love you guys. Bye.
Bye.